Hi guys, it's me again. Um, I just thought I would want to talk a little bit about Christians in America. Now, this is a big topic. I brought this up in my last video that I made. I don't know, like maybe 20 people watched it. I don't really care. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was why do white Christians in our country tend to feel like they are being victimized? Now, this is not, obviously, this is not for, this does not include all Christians or all white people, but this is something that is a big topic right now. They tend to think that they are the ones that are being targeted as opposed to, I don't know, Jews, Muslims, Buddhists, atheists, just, everybody else. And I've asked around, I've asked quite a few people about what they think makes them think that they are being persecuted. And three main reasons tend to ring the bell. The first one being the law is not granting them favors over anybody anymore. They are not the special ones, the selected ones. They tend to have this idea that our forefathers came here and had this idea that, there was going to be this great Christian nation when in reality that's not true at all. Our founding fathers were actually very against religion, Christianity in particular. Another reason is that they are losing the battle against the separation of church and state. A lot of them are, screaming the whole, saying we want religions taught in schools, and but then the question comes up, well, do you want all religions or just yours? And that is where it stops, because they just want Christianity. And the third and final reason, it's the biggest, is they just do not want to share this country with anybody. No Jews, no Muslims, no Hindus, no Buddhists, no Baha'is, especially no atheists. And atheism is on the rise in the U.S., which is a good thing. I don't know if any of you are into geography, but Sweden, which happens to be the least religious of all the countries, is also the happiest. So I think if atheism is on the rise in this country, I think that would be fantastic. Some of you know, I was a Christian for 15 years. I left Christianity for a couple reasons. But the main one being I left because of all the hatred and the hypocrisy. A lot of Christians tend to not want to act Christ-like. And I mean, if you want to be an asshole, that's really, you can be an asshole. In this country, you can be whatever you want to be. And for the most part, I believe everybody's free to believe whatever they want, as long as it does not hurt anybody. But I left because of so much hatred. And I grew up in what you would call a spiritual household. We were not necessarily religious. We were very spiritual. We believed that there was a God. I still believe that there is a God, but the problem with Christianity today is Christians wanting to talk the talk and not walk the walk. And a lot of Christians who stand by Donald Trump, you don't get to call yourself Christians. One of the things, when I was very big into studying the Bible, I remember just going through a a lot of the things Jesus said, I agree with about 99% of what Jesus said. Most of it being love your enemies, bless your enemies, care for the poor, give everything you have to the poor. I can name very few Christians I've ever known that would do that. And I've heard so many hateful things come out of Christians that just is puzzling, because, could you picture, even if you're not religious, could you picture Jesus as a character, if nothing else, saying, well, fuck the poor, fuck that homeless guy, he can get a job. I'm not giving my money to that guy. If you're a Christian, you do not get to choose who you love and hate. What part of love everyone do you not get? You do not get that choice anymore. If you, it's September now, but pretty soon we're going to get we're going to get Christmas coming up, and we're going to get the whole people that are thinking there's war on Christmas. If you guys want to put the Christ back in Christmas, spend it at the fucking food bank. Spend it at the soup kitchen. Go buy a bunch of food from, I don't know, fucking McDonald's, and go give it to homeless people. And if you are a Christian, I realize none of us are perfect. I am far from it. Nobody is perfect. But Christians who love to be hateful, you do not get to wear the label of Christian. You are hateful, you are mean, and you're just an asshole. And you are everything Jesus would be against. And I am going to bring up Donald Trump again. He is everything Jesus was against. And anybody with half a brain knows that. You Christians that voted for him, you knew that he was not Christian-like at all. And I honestly, I don't care what religion the president is, but if you are going to brag about being a type of religion, you need to know what that stands for. You need to know how to be as a human being. This is just, it's gotten to the point where, I just can't even. So, I'm going to say, as someone who used to be Christian, to Christians out there, please, if you're going to be an asshole, stop being a Christian. Just stop. You are doing no one favors. If you want to be a Christian, be a Christian. Be Christ-like. Go out and help the poor. Give your money. If somebody needs clothes, you give them the shirt off your back if they need it. And you do it with a smile on your face. That is what being a Christian is about. That was what I was taught when I was a Christian. And I left because of people like Alex Jones, Joel Osteen, and people that were absolutely just full of hypocrisy. And I left because of people like that. And I joined the Baha'i faith because I liked the idea that the first thing they teach us that everyone is beautiful, that we are all one race, that there is nothing dividing us. And this is giving me a headache. and I know I am rambling. I just think that you should be a good person regardless of what your religion is. And or if you're not, you know, but I guess I have said all I need to say about this, but, I do hope that everyone, or someone takes this into consideration. That is all I'm going to say, I guess. Adios, and God bless.